Every day, whether you notice it or not, you are shaping your future, not with your dreams, not with your wishes, but with the habits you repeat when nobody is watching. Your life is a reflection of what you consistently do, not what you occasionally attempt. Success isn't a mystery. Growth isn't luck. Spiritual elevation isn't random. All of it comes from the small decisions repeated over time. The way you speak to yourself, the way you use your time, the way you treat your mind, body, and soul. These choices become your patterns, and your patterns become your destiny. If your habits align with purpose, discipline, peace, and growth, then your life will rise. But if your habits come from fear, distraction, and comfort, then your life will remain the same. So understand this. You don't need a new year. You don't need a perfect moment. You don't need permission. All you need is to choose better habits today, because the life you want, the person you wish to become, and the destiny waiting for you are all built one habit at a time. There is something most people never realize until life forces them to face it. Every habit you hold today is secretly building the person you will become tomorrow. Not just the big decisions, not the once-in-a-while effort, but the small, silent repetitions you don't even think about. These invisible routines are constructing your mindset, your character, your lifestyle, and ultimately, your destiny. A habit is powerful because it works quietly. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't announce itself. It simply repeats, and repetition shapes identity. When you repeatedly act a certain way, you begin to believe, this is who I am. And once identity locks in, change becomes either incredibly easy or painfully difficult. Think about the people you admire, the disciplined, the successful, the spiritually grounded, the focused. They are not different because they were chosen by life. They are different because they chose habits that matched the future they wanted. Most people live the opposite way. They want peace, but feed chaos. They want confidence, but repeat self-doubt. They want success, but live in distraction. They want change, but repeat the same old patterns. And when nothing changes, they blame life, circumstances, or timing, never realizing the real architect shaping their existence is hidden inside their routine. A habit is a doorway. Some lead forward, toward growth, confidence, clarity, health, and purpose. Others pull you backward into procrastination, insecurity, regret, or stagnation. But here's the truth. No habit is neutral. Every habit leads somewhere. So the question becomes deeper. Where are your habits leading you? Toward the life you want, or away from it? Some habits weaken you without you noticing. Staying up late scrolling, repeating negative thoughts, avoiding discomfort, saying, I'll start tomorrow, surrounding yourself with noise instead of silence. These patterns feel harmless, even normal, but over time, they drain potential and shape limitation. Other habits strengthen you, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. Waking up earlier, reading, praying, learning, sitting in silence, exercising, speaking positive words, finishing what you start. These may feel small at the beginning, but over time, they build confidence, resilience, and identity. Life will always give you what your habits prepare you for. Not what you want, but what you are consistently building yourself into. So pause and reflect. Are your habits serving who you are? Or who you used to be? Are they protecting your comfort? Or strengthening your future? Are they keeping you the same? Or transforming you into someone greater? Because the truth is not complicated. You are becoming your habits. And the more conscious you become of them, the more power you have to shape your destiny. This is why awareness is the first step. Not judgment, not guilt. Awareness. Once you see the habit clearly, you gain the ability to change it intentionally. And when that shift happens, when you choose habits that align with the life you claim you want, everything begins to move. Slowly, yes. Quietly, yes. But undeniably. Because destiny doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to repetition. One habit at a time. Before any change can appear in your outer world, something must shift within. There is a spiritual law woven into the fabric of existence. The unseen controls the seen. Your thoughts, your energy, your beliefs, your inner discipline. These invisible forces shape the reality you experience. This is why the greatest habits are not physical, they are spiritual. Many people try to fix their life from the outside first. They change their job, their environment, their friends, their routines. And while these things matter, They don't transform destiny if the inner world remains unchanged. A person cannot walk into a higher life while holding a lower mindset. The spirit must rise first. In the Rastafari livity, the first daily habit is awakening the spirit before engaging the world. When you open your eyes in the morning, your mind is most impressionable, and whatever enters first sets the tone for the entire day. If you start your morning with noise, distraction, or chaos, your spirit becomes scattered. But if you begin with intention, silence, gratitude, scripture, meditation, or prayer, then your inner world aligns with clarity and strength. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a spiritual practice. When you give thanks, you direct your energy toward abundance instead of lack. You train the mind to see blessings instead of burdens. You teach the heart to recognize what is already working. And with that mindset, life responds differently because gratitude attracts more to be grateful for. Meditation or prayer is another powerful habit because it teaches the spirit to lead and the mind to follow. In silence, you disconnect from the noise of the world and reconnect with the voice of Jah, the still inner guidance that many people never hear because they never slowed down long enough to listen. Then comes intention, speaking words with direction. In Rastafari culture, words are not just sounds, they are creation. Words sound power, means that what you speak repeatedly shapes your consciousness, and your consciousness shapes your reality. A person who constantly says, "I can't," "I'm tired," or "I'm not enough," will eventually become trapped by those statements. But one who speaks life, "I am growing, I am strong, I am rising, Jah is guiding me," aligns themselves with empowerment and possibility. Spiritual habits protect your energy. They sharpen your awareness. They strengthen your emotional foundation. When you consistently practice inner alignment, negative thoughts lose their grip. Stress becomes manageable. Fear becomes smaller. You stop reacting and start responding with wisdom. Without spiritual habits, a person may gain success, but lose peace. They may look strong, but feel empty. They may have everything, yet remain disconnected. But with spiritual habits, life gains balance. Purpose gains meaning. The soul feels anchored. You no longer chase life, you align with it. So remember, the body may move, the mind may learn, but the destiny unfolds first inside the spirit. And when the spirit is aligned, the path ahead becomes clearer, lighter, and guided. This is where true transformation begins. The journey toward a greater destiny is not only spiritual or mental, it is physical as well. Your body is the vessel that carries your intention, discipline, and purpose into the world. Without strength, energy, and balance in the physical self, even the greatest vision becomes difficult to manifest. This is why, in deep wisdom traditions and Rastafari livity, one truth remains constant. The body must be honored, respected, and cared for, because it is the house of the spirit. We live in a time where many people treat their body like an afterthought. They feed it poorly, rest inconsistently, move rarely, and expect it to carry them through life without complaint. But the body remembers everything, every choice, every neglect, every habit. And eventually, the bill arrives in the form of fatigue, pain, illness, lack of motivation, or lack of clarity. Because the body cannot support a powerful destiny if it is running on weak habits. Taking care of your body is not vanity, it is responsibility. It is preparation. It is stewardship. When you strengthen the body, you strengthen the mind. When you nourish the body, you nourish your energy. When you discipline the body, you sharpen your willpower. Every physical habit becomes a message to yourself. I respect my life. Food is one of the most powerful habits. What you consume influences how you think, feel, and perform. Heavy, processed, unnatural foods cloud the mind and drain the body. Fresh, natural, ital foods bring clarity, vitality, and balance. Rastas say, "Eat clean so the mind stays clean." This isn't just culture, it's science and spirituality combined. Movement is another essential habit. The body was not designed to remain still. Motion activates strength, focus, confidence, and emotional release. Whether it's stretching, walking, exercise, yoga, or physical labor, consistent movement reminds your mind that you are capable and alive. A strong body creates a strong presence in the world. Rest is also a form of discipline. It is not laziness, it is recovery. Just as the earth has seasons, the body has rhythms. When you sleep well, the brain repairs, the immune system strengthens, and the emotions reset. Many people are not tired. They are overwhelmed because they have never allowed themselves to fully rest. And then there is breath, the simplest yet most overlooked habit. Deep, controlled breathing is medicine. It reduces stress, clears the mind, and balances the nervous system. In stillness, breath becomes prayer, a reminder that life itself flows through you with every inhale and every exhale. When you care for your body, you prepare yourself to face life with focus, energy, and resilience. You become harder to break. You become more grounded. You become more aligned with the version of yourself you are trying to grow into. So ask yourself, does your lifestyle support the future you want? Are you treating your body like a vehicle for destiny, or like something disposable? Because the truth is simple but undeniable. A powerful destiny requires a capable body, and every habit that honors your physical temple brings you one step closer to the life you are meant to live. When the body, mind, and spirit walk together, nothing can stop you. Your mind is the control center of your life. Every decision, every emotion, every belief, every habit begins inside the thoughts you allow to take root. If the mind is unfocused, the life becomes unfocused. If the mind is chaotic, the life becomes chaotic. But if the mind is disciplined, clear, and intentional, the life becomes powerful. Most people never train their mind. They wake up and immediately react to messages, to notifications, to problems, to stress. Their mind becomes a slave to external noise. And when the mind is uncontrolled, it naturally seeks comfort, distraction, and the path of least resistance. That is why many people know what they should do, yet never do it. It is not lack of intelligence, it is lack of mental discipline. The habits of the mind determine whether you grow or remain the same. One of the most important mental habits is focus. In a world filled with endless distractions, the ability to direct your attention is a superpower. When you train your mind to stay committed to one task, one goal, one path, your results multiply. The scattered mind achieves little, the focused mind becomes unstoppable. Another vital habit is self-talk. The voice you listen to the most is your own. If that voice constantly criticizes, doubts, or belittles you, then you will walk through life with limitation. But when your inner dialogue becomes encouraging, disciplined, and honest, something changes. You begin acting in alignment with strength, not fear. This is why affirmations, scripture reading, journaling, and reflection are mental tools, not trends. They help reshape the inner narrative. They train the mind to think from confidence, clarity, and purpose instead of insecurity. Then comes mental resilience. Life will not always feel easy. Some days motivation disappears. Some days doubt rises. Some days the body feels tired and the spirit feels heavy. This is where the trained mind steps forward. A strong mind continues even when emotions fall behind. It understands one truth. Feelings are temporary, but your destiny is not. A powerful mental habit is also learning to sit with discomfort. Growth is not always pleasant. A mind addicted to comfort cannot create a meaningful life. Discipline is built by doing what is necessary, not what is convenient. When you choose action over excuses, you strengthen your willpower, and willpower becomes a shield against distraction. Finally, protect your mental environment. The conversations you entertain, the content you consume, the people you surround yourself with, all of it shapes your mindset. If you regularly feed your mind negativity, gossip, fear, or nonsense, your thinking becomes polluted. But when you feed it wisdom, truth, knowledge, and uplifting words, you elevate your inner world. So pause and reflect. Are your thoughts building you or breaking you? Are they preparing you for greatness or keeping you small? Because the life you're heading toward is already forming inside your mind. Your thoughts become beliefs. Your beliefs become actions. Your actions become habits. And your habits define your destiny. There is a truth many avoid because it isn't glamorous or exciting. Motivation will not build your destiny. Consistency will. Motivation feels good, but it fades. It rises one day and disappears the next. It comes with emotion, inspiration, and energy, but it does not stay. That is why so many people start strong and finish nowhere. Motivation is the spark, but consistency is the flame. and only the flame has the power to transform your life. Consistency means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means choosing discipline over comfort, purpose over distraction, long-term growth over short-term pleasure. The days when you feel unmotivated are the most important days, because those moments decide whether your habits are real or just temporary ambition. Everyone wants the reward, but few want the routine. Everyone wants the outcome, but few want the process. Everyone wants the transformation, but few want the repetition required to become someone new. Consistency is where the old self dies and the new self is built. It is in the repeated small actions, waking early, reading instead of scrolling, choosing clean meals over junk, speaking life instead of doubt, praying instead of complaining, that the future begins to shift. Not suddenly, but undeniably. Nothing meaningful in life happens overnight. A tree does not grow in a week. A warrior is not trained in a day. A disciplined mind is not formed in a single choice. Growth takes time. Discipline takes time. Becoming takes time. But every single day you show up, even in small ways, you send a message to your future. I am serious about who I am becoming. And life responds to that commitment. Doors open. Opportunities appear. Strength grows. Confidence rises. The old habits lose power. The new habits become natural. Consistency is not perfection, it is persistence. There will be days you fail, days you fall short, days you take a step backward. That is part of the journey, not the end of it. What matters most is this. You never stop returning to the path, because every time you return, you grow stronger. Every time you continue, you redefine who you are. And eventually, the identity shifts from someone who tries to someone who lives the lifestyle. Your destiny is not written by luck, and it is not controlled by chance. It is shaped by your habits, the repeated choices you make every single day. Your spiritual habits build alignment. Your physical habits build strength. Your mental habits build discipline. And your consistent habits build your future. So do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for life to give you permission. The moment is now. Because who you are becoming is being decided, not someday, but today. Choose one habit, just one, that aligns with the life you want. Commit to it daily for the next 7 days. No excuses, no hesitation, no waiting. Then watch how one small discipline begins to ripple into every part of your life. Because when your habits change, your mindset changes, your energy changes, your direction changes, your destiny changes, and everything you've been reaching for will finally start moving toward you. Start today, because the future you want begins with the habit you choose right now.